Hello everyone. I hope you all are happy and healthy. Today we will read and try to understand the first poem of the book First Flight. It is a beautiful poem written by one of the most famous writers in American history, Robert Frost. You have read a poem named The Road Not Taken by the same poet in class 9. This poem is merely of 8 lines yet compact with meaning. We will first read the poem. Dust of Snow. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. So we get a general idea of the poem that a crow was sitting on a hemlock tree and it shakes some snow on the poet who was under the tree. This causes a change in the poet's heart and he feels that a part of his day was saved, which suggests that the day became better. To get a deeper meaning of the poem, we have to look carefully at the things mentioned in the poem and what they signify. This is also known as symbolism. Symbolism can be referred to the use of one object to represent another. For example, the color red is a symbol of blood, passion, and even danger. Examples of symbolism in this poem: a hemlock tree is a poisonous plant which can cause death. The crow often represents death or darkness. It is black, fearful, and a scavenger, which means it feeds on dead and decaying matter. The setting of winter often makes us think about death as everything is lifeless. Pay attention that the poet uses the word dust. He could also have used the words flakes of snow or snowflake, which we commonly hear, instead of dust, which is quite uncommon. Compare it with the phrase in the Bible, to dust shall you return, meaning one day everyone will be a part of this earth. Therefore, the word dust could also represent the fleeting nature of life itself. All of these images do not create a very positive picture in the minds of the readers. We can see that the poet carries some trouble with himself as he is walking in the woods. A crow sends down a light sprinkling of snow from its perch. This dropping of the snow makes a difference because it shatters the poet's solitude or loneliness. You must have noticed that whenever we are in a bad mood, it seems like we and our problems are the only things that we need to focus on, and probably that is what has happened with the poet. It should be noted that the snow or the crow doesn't change the speaker, it is the way that the bird shook down the snow. The poet could have ignored it since he was upset, but he doesn't. Instead, he takes it as a gift. The incident of the snow falling takes the poet out of his gloom and shifts his focus to something else. It gives his heart a change of mood, as he says, and even if he forgets about the experience minutes later, it still saves some part, no matter how small of a day, that would otherwise have been wasted. The poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost reiterates that how smallest of things in life can make biggest of impacts. It also gives us the hope that everything isn't as bad as it seems. We can always find some inspiration and positivity if we look for it. The simple acts of kindness towards others can make all the difference. It might brighten a person's day, and who knows when one might need it. Can you think of one act of kindness by anyone that changed your day? Noticing and appreciating small things in life will make you happier. Happiness doesn't lie in money and materialistic things. It depends on the way we think, our perspective, and how we view the world. Just like the poet, whose day was saved just by a simple act of a crow shaking some snow on him. Now we will look at the rhyme scheme and the poetic devices used in this poem. To find out the rhyme scheme, we will first write the last words of each line of the first stanza. Because crow and snow rhyme with each other, so we assign them an alphabet A. Now the second word me and the fourth word tree rhyme, so we assign them another alphabet B. Therefore, AB is the rhyme scheme of the first stanza. We will do the same thing with the second stanza. The word heart rhymes with part, so we give it the letter C. And the words mood and rude rhyme, so we assign them the letter D. Therefore, CD becomes the rhyme scheme of the second stanza. Now, coming to poetic devices, this is a fairly short poem. Some of the poetic devices that you can find in this poem are alliteration. Alliteration means the repetition of consonant sounds in a line. For example, has given my heart has the consonant sound H being repeated, therefore, this is alliteration. Similarly, in the line and saved some part, the consonant sound S, which has been underlined, is being repeated. Moving on, as you can see, there is no comma or any other punctuation mark in this entire poem, except for a full stop at the end. This is enjambment. Enjambment is the continuation of a sentence into the next line without a pause, as we can see in this particular poem. That is all for the rhyme scheme and poetic devices. Now, let us know a little about our poet. Robert Lee Frost was an American poet and playwright. He is known for his realistic depictions of rural life. He is also the only poet to receive the prestigious Pulitzer Prize 4 times. Some of his many famous works include poems like Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, The Road Not Taken, Fire and Ice, which is also the next poem in your book. You have already read the poem The Road Not Taken in class 9. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening is one of the most quoted poems with its famous line, and miles to go before I sleep. I highly suggest reading this one if you haven't read it already. I am sure you will enjoy it. I hope this video was helpful in understanding this poem. I expect that you will be able to answer these textbook questions below. Thank you for watching. You can ask any doubt in the comment section.